This is the explanation video for the backpack buddies problem from BGOpen. We have two people who disagree on whether or not they should sleep at cabins during their trekking in the gorgeous Norwegian mountains. Mr. Day would very much like so, and Dr. Knight has decided upon sleeping in a tent each night to maximize the distance he can cover. Our job is to figure out how much faster Dr. Knight will arrive at the final destination compared to Mr. Day, and this is done by using a very common shortest path algorithm, Dijkstra's. We can use it completely normally for Dr. Knight, since he is not making any alterations to his route based upon how far he has walked that day, and will simply continue on until he stops for the night. The problem is a bit more complex for Mr. Day, as he has decided upon sleeping in a cabin each night. This means that he might stop early if he cannot reach any other cabins during the same day. To understand how we will alter Dijkstra's algorithm to solve this problem, we have to look at the situation where Mr. Day has arrived at a cabin and is considering walking to a neighboring cabin. Mr. Day will have to consider the distance he has already walked that day and see if he can still make it the entire way to the cabin in 12 or fewer hours. Only then we can see if the new path found will be shorter than any other paths we have already found to this cabin. If it is shorter, then we will replace the value there with the new one, and this will keep on going until we reach the final vertex. We also have to compute the time spent resting by both parties, and we have to be careful about not including any time spent resting after arriving at the final vertex. This time can be found by counting how many days they have been walking based upon how many hours they have walked, and for each complete 12-hour segment we will add another 12 hours to account for the time spent resting during the night. We will not include the time spent resting after arriving at the final vertex. Now we will simply subtract the amount of time Dr. Knight has spent walking from the time Mr. Day has spent, since he will always spend at least as long as Mr. Day. This is the explanation video